Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, and today recording this video much later than I normally record these videos, which is a good thing, because today we have two DevBlogs with some really big news from both of them, and that's what we're going to go through in today's video. The first big set of news is that we are getting some changes to Domination, and then we are finally getting another D7 class cruiser in the game, which would be the Rowley, and she's coming in her Peruvian form. Some very exciting news today indeed, fellas. So if you want to read along as I read aloud, you can follow the links in the description down below to the DevBlogs. I will throw up any relevant images or artwork as we go through them. Now, as always, guys, if you wouldn't mind, if you do enjoy the video, make sure you drop a like and leave a comment before you click off of this video. It would be greatly appreciated by me, because that helps the algorithm push out this video to the masses. Alright, so let's go ahead and get in with it, guys. We're starting in the order of their initial release with the first devblog that announces the changes to Domination mode. Also in this devblog too, we do get confirmation that the British subs are coming next after the we have the Japanese light cruisers coming out in 12.0, and then the American hybrid monstrosities are coming out in early access. Then after that, we are in fact getting the British subs. That's the first thing that this devblog does highlight. I won't be reading through all of this because it is quite a bit of information about the upcoming British sub event. If you want to check that out, please follow the link down below. But I don't want this to be a 30-minute video about subs, because who likes submarines? Anyway, so the big news: new Domination mode settings. We're planning to test a modified version of the 3-cap Domination mode from random battles. The new settings are aimed at reducing the number of edge cases where battles go too fast or too slow. The starting number of points per team at the beginning of the battle, as well as the number of points awarded to a team and taken from the other when a ship is destroyed, have been revised. The starting points for each team are set to 200 now. When an enemy ship is destroyed, the team is awarded 40 points, regardless of the destroyed ship's type. When a friendly ship is destroyed, the team has 32 points deducted from its score, regardless of the destroyed ship's type. This modified version of Domination mode will be tested on the maps New Dawn, Fault Line, Shards, Trident, Neighbors, Crash Zone Alpha, Northern Waters, and the Faroe Islands. We'll test out the modified mode during the 12.1 closed and public test, and then, based on the results, decide on its fate. So, I'm glad they're trying to do something to deal with the battles that end in like 6-7 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes if your team is feeling extra special that day, and then the games that of course drag on for like 20 minutes because your one or two ships manage to get out and just run away for the rest of the match, looking at some of you CV players out there. So, but what they're doing isn't really what's needed. I've never really once thought that the math behind the points was the issue, because okay, you're cutting 100 points off of the starting points. Normally in Domination, the teams start with 300 points a piece, and then getting rid of the ship kill points. If you guys don't know, different points are awarded to the type of ship that you kill. I can't riddle them off off the top of my head right now. I do know, I think like CVs are the most at 65. The amount of times I've opened up that menu. And I think submarines are what, 25? I don't think they're like 15 or something like that, but they're below destroyers, which is really odd because destroyers are the most important class in the match, because they're the ones that provide the spotting, the torpedo screen, and now the submarine screen for your team. Yet they're not worth that much when you kill them, which is very odd. But anyway, so again, glad they're trying to do something about it, but I don't think this is what really needs to be done, because this point system has never really been, in my opinion, a huge factor in why these games go for so long. The games go for so long, or so short, because of all the gimmicky ships and stuffing new ship types down our throats, even though we don't want them, like super ships and like submarines for a large part of the player base. they haven't really, I mean, they really just dumped legit OP as hell ships on top of us with the super ships. And now they're surprised that one side gets rolled over quite often. And, same thing with submarines. All the submarines, again, granted, they went through a multi-year testing phase, so they at least got tested a lot, unlike super ships. They really said that one mode went really well, that one random event mode went really well. Let's go ahead and put them in the game, like, literally within a patch cycle or two. Man. So, I appreciate the effort Wargaming, but it's maybe not directed in the direction that it needs to be. Now, this could also be Wargaming nodding at, hey, look, we're doing what we're doing, and this is how we're going to try and fix the problem. Our way, not the way I'm sure a lot of players would like to see. So there's that. I'm predicting these may not go through to the main server. Because, again, the problem isn't really, again, the point system. I mean, sure, you can findangle it to where maybe, those those blow-up matches, either they end super quickly so you can just move on again to the next game, and those blow-up matches that are kind of like, again, a slow train wreck that take 20 minutes can end faster and get on to the next game. Or the matches that end super quickly can go for a little bit longer, but, I mean, the fact remains, when half of your team's dead by the 6-minute mark, I don't think you can really screw with the numbers enough to make that game last much longer. But we will see. I will try this out on the public test server when it does go up. It is interesting to me, and I'd like to see how it does affect the flow of the match. And this is Domination. This is like the... When most people think of Warships, this is like the mode that they think of. The 3 or 4 caps. Well, they're doing 3 caps for this one. Across the map, you got to cap the cap and stuff. Standard battle is... Standard battle is a bit of a slog at times because it's really passive because it's just, 1 cap per side. You got to cap that to win. Domination really is like, the most enjoyable game mode and the one that, I like to play the most. So it'll be interesting because, again, this is like their core game mode. But we shall see what happens with that, gentlemen. Okay. Other things for this DevBlog. Something neat is that they're messing with the way that CV planes are displayed in game. They are, well, let me just read it for you. Updated the way aircraft squadrons are displayed on the decks of aircraft carriers, both in port and when in battle. Now the aircraft on deck will reflect the available squadrons. The number of aircraft of each squadron on deck is equal to the size of its tacking flag. Nice little touch of detail there. I like it. I know CV bad, but I mean, hey, that's pretty neat. They're also adding in dynamic music for submarines, and we're getting a cool pirate captain and Bonny. That's neat. Alright, so going on to the other big set of news for today, and that is the introduction, well, not really introduction, but the announcement of the Almirante Grau. I might have not butchered that entirely. I kind of know a little bit of Spanglish. So this is the Admiral Grau. This is the De Ruyter, the cruiser that was built for the Dutch, and she served with the Dutch Navy until, I believe, 1972? 1973, somewhere in there, where she was then sold off to the Peruvians, and she served as the Admiral Grau from 72, 73, whenever she was sold, until, I believe, 2016, 2017. Now, cool side story about this ship. This ship went up for sale for, I believe, like $1.1 million, and it was listed as sale for quite some time. Now, if you fellas don't know, $1.1 million for a light cruiser, that's a pretty good deal. Now, I think a scrapyard announced they were buying her for, I'm pretty sure, the listing price. But all I'm saying, fellas, we just gotta beat their bid by $1, and we win. Just saying. Patreon is linked down below. Anyway, so the Admiral Grau here. So let's see what they have to say about her. De 7 Provincian class cruiser purchased by the Peruvian Navy from the Netherlands and named after Admiral Miguel Grau Seminario, I believe. Admiral Grau is armed with 8 152 main battery guns placed in 4 twin turrets with 360-degree turning capabilities. The main feature of the ship is the presence of combat instructions. God dang it, Wargaming! When activated, they reduce the main battery reload time and improve both the ship's acceleration and maneuverability. The ship has weak armor, which is compensated by her access to an improved repair party consumable, which restores 50% of citadel damage received and has an enhanced HP recovery rate. Admiral Grau could also equip either Hydro or DFAA in 1 consumable slot. Okay, so the reason I'm angry about the combat instructions, I hate the super gimmicky combat instructions on normal, tech line ships and premium ships. Although now thinking about it, given that the ship did serve into 2017, I can see them saying, hey, modern equipment was retrofitted, yada yada yada. They could use that as justification, but let's see what they say. So. Also, the weak armor, that's interesting, because the D7 actually has decent armor for a light cruiser. The issue is that it's decent enough to where it's the decent type of armor that arms all the shells that are fired at you. But let's see what they say about her. So, she has 33,900 hit points, 25mm plating, 30-second fires, 19% torpedo protection, 4x2 is 152, 16.1 kilometer main firing range, maximum HSL damage 2,150, 30mm of pin base, that's pretty nice. Chance to call fires 11%. What's the reload time? 4.5 seconds. Okay, and the AP shells, if you're wondering, 3,000 maximum damage, 900 millimeters a second on both the AP and the HE velocity. So, combat instructions, main battery reload time gets a hit of 20% when you activate it. By a hit, I mean it gets reduced. Time for an engine to reach maximum power, 25% reduction. Oh, so she becomes a throttle juking machine. Ship's maximum speed plus 10%, and it's active for 60 seconds. You need 5 hits per salvo in order to get the combat instructions for 5 salvos. So you need 5 hits and 5 salvos. That's the way I'm reading it here. It says number of hits per salvo needed for salvo to be taken into account, 5. Number of adjustment firing salvos required, 5. Okay, so you need 5 salvos where you get at least 5 hits on the target. Okay. Time spent without firing on target until adjustment firing progress begins to deplete is 30 seconds. Intervals between steps of depletion of adjustment firing progress, 5 seconds. Rate of depletion is 8.3 seconds. So 8.3%. So, okay. So you have 5 seconds to get another salvo on target, and it decreases by 8.3% per tick. Okay. She does get depth charges. Let's see. Maximum damage 2,000. Number of charges 2. Bombs in a charge 6. 40-second reload time. Okay, so, yeah. This is, again, getting in the too arcadey side. And, again, don't get me wrong, like I said beforehand. This game is arcadey. But this is getting a little bit too arcadey. You get 5 hits on this ship. Now your gunners, they take their meth or whatever, and they can reload the guns faster. Then the engines are magically faster, and the ship can go 10% faster as well. It's like, yeah, okay. Again, it worked in the super ships with the Satsuma, where as you shoot near the ship and your shells land near the ship, you can get your accuracy down, because that makes sense logically in the real world. It's like you're walking your shots in, but yeah, it's. I like the ship. It's cool that it's coming into the game. It's cool that Peru's getting a ship, but I just hate that it's coming in this gimmicky stage. Again, don't hate the ship, hate the gimmicks. Another interesting bit here at the bottom: the Tier 10 British battleship Cumberland has also been added to the game to use as a platform for testing settings on future ships. Wait till y'all hear this cracked out ship, alright? The ship's model is that of the Marlborough, but with the parameters of main battery and consumables of the Sovietsky Soyuz. So, it's a Marlborough with the Soyuz's main battery gun. So I don't know if that means it's the 16, 14-inch guns and they have the parameters of the Soyuz's main battery, or is it 16, 16-inch guns with the Soyuz's parameters? What? What are you taking, devs? Can I have some? That's all they say. There's no additional stats listed there for that ship, but yeah. Alright, Wargaming. So guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, what you think about the changes coming to Domination, what you think about the Grau, are you excited to see her in game? I am. I'm just a little disappointed that she's coming in such a gimmick state. Hopefully maybe they'll remove the gimmicks, the combat instructions, and maybe just give her a main battery reload booster. I think that would make a little bit more sense, considering again she served into 2017. I could see that as a better justification for that consumable rather than the combat instructions, or hell, even just the combat instructions where you get the 20% boost to the reload time. I think that would be okay, but all the engine stuff isn't, like, you know, again, I don't dislike the idea of making the thing, you know, a throttle juking god if they want to give it like engine boost or something, but I just don't like these combat instructions really, guys. So again, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, again, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. On our way to 50,000 subs, thanks to you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful Friday. I will be live streaming tonight on the channel from 5 p.m. U.S. Central Time to around 8 p.m. U.S. Central Time. So make sure to come out for that on both Twitch and the YouTubes. Hope you guys have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.